Let's talk about Disclosure Day. Starring Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth, Hewson, and Colman Domingo, directed by Steven Spielberg from Universal Pictures. As always, this review will be spoiler-free, but if you prefer to see the film in its entirety before hearing any commentary about it, please feel free to close this video out. I would ask that you bookmark it first so that you can find it easily later. Then come on back and watch this once you've seen the film. There's a lot to like in Disclosure Day, especially if you are a Steven Spielberg fan. Now, I know there are going to be some reviews out there, some people who insist that Disclosure Day is sort of just a repackaging of a lot of familiar Spielberg elements. I think that's unfair. I think that's a little reductive. But if you've seen E.T., if you've seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind, if you've seen AI, if you've seen Minority Report, or even War of the Worlds, then I feel like watching Disclosure Day, you're going to recognize certain elements. You're going to recognize the way scenes are lit, the way certain sequences are shot. So there are recurring ideas here, but he does present them in a different way, and he packages them with a message that we really haven't seen before in a Spielberg film. I'll get back to that message in a moment, but I also want to highlight some of the really, really strong performances in Disclosure Day. The cast is led by Emily Blunt, and this has to stand, or I hope will stand, as one of her finest performances, just in terms of the emotional range that she has to deliver here. And the things she's asked to do just sort of linguistically. You'll know what I mean when you see the film. But there are elements of the script that she's called upon to deliver that would be challenging for anyone. And she makes it look effortless. And Colman Domingo, who we saw earlier this summer as Joe Jackson in Michael. Here's a performance that's 180 degrees from that performance, a real soothing, calming, but undeniable presence in the film. Now let's get back to that message that I was talking about, that it's clear Spielberg wants to convey to the audience of Disclosure Day. The narrative question of the film is, how would all 8 billion people living on Earth right now react if they all at once learned without a shadow of a doubt that we were, in fact, not alone in the universe? Other movies have tackled this idea or some version of this idea before, and I feel that the answer that any given film gives you a little insight into whether the filmmaker or the writers are an optimist or a pessimist about human nature. Here, Spielberg, at least he seems to want to ask that question, but he also has to get in all the thriller elements. He also has to make a good movie. And I feel like the question, as fascinating as it is, kind of gets lost. And so by the end, yeah, it's sort of about that, but he doesn't quite deliver what he thinks is the answer, or at least he leaves audiences to guess. And that may be the most unsatisfying part of this film. I'm going to stop there before I give anything else away, but just to reiterate, I enjoyed Disclosure Day's thriller elements. I enjoyed its performances, especially from Emily Blunt. I enjoyed the way the film was paced and the way the story is told. The film is 2 hours and 23 minutes long, but you really don't start to feel that until the end. And speaking of the ending, that may turn out to be what's most controversial about this film among audiences. I was fine with it, but I know some folks who were with me in the screening I attended were not. So be mindful of that. Disclosure Day is rated PG-13 for some action elements, for violence, and for strong language. And keep that in mind if you are bringing younger viewers. It is in theaters on June 12th. You can find more Film Buff Unplugged reviews and videos on Substack. Just head to fbunplugged.substack.com and subscribe for free. That way you won't miss a single post. We also have a channel on YouTube. Head to youtube.com/@FilmBuffUnplugged, all one word. Please give us a like on Facebook, and if you're on TikTok, you can find my review videos and more by searching for @FelixAlbuerne Jr., all one word. Thanks for watching.